I am 88 years old, and I have not bought a bottle of cleaning product since 1962. 63 years. My house is spotless, my hands are not ruined, and the whole of what I use costs me under $1 a piece. 62 is the year I stopped, and I remember why. My wife Ruth came home from the market with a bag of bottles, and we sat at the table and went through the receipt the way we went through every receipt. And it came to more than we had spent on meat that week. She looked at me and said, "My mother cleaned a farmhouse for 40 years and never bought one of these." And that was the end of it. We put the bottles under the sink and we never replaced them. And by the time they ran out, we had already forgotten what they were for. Now I will tell you the 6, and I will tell you what each one actually does, because half the trouble people have is using the right thing on the wrong job. Number 6, plain white vinegar. This is the workhorse. Glass, mirrors, countertops, coffee pots, the inside of a kettle, the smell in a drain. Half vinegar and half water in an old bottle, and that is the whole recipe. On glass, it beats anything I have ever seen sold, because it leaves nothing behind. And it is the leftover film that makes a streak, not the dirt. One warning, and it matters. Keep it off stone. Ruth put it on a marble sill once and dulled it, and she was cross about that for a year. On anything else in the house, it is the first thing I reach for. Number 5, baking soda. Vinegar cuts, soda scrubs, anything burned onto a pan, anything gray in a sink, anything scorched on the stovetop. You wet it. You cover it in soda. You leave it while you do something else, and then it comes off with a rag instead of your shoulder. The leaving it alone is the part people skip. My mother used to say, "The soda does the work while you do the dishes," and she was right. Give it 20 minutes and you will not have to scrub at all. Give it 2 minutes and you will be standing there fighting it. Number 4, a bar of plain soap and a brush. Not liquid, a bar. I keep an old brush and a bar of the cheapest plain soap there is by the laundry tub. And every collar, every cuff, every spill on a knee gets wet, rubbed straight with the bar, and brushed before it ever sees the machine. That is how a shirt lasts 11 years. I have shirts hanging in my closet older than most marriages, and it is not because they were good shirts. It is because nothing ever set into them. Stains do not come out later. They come out now at the tub with a bar and a brush, and there is no product on any shelf that will undo what waiting does. Number 3, salt. Salt is for what is greasy and what is stubborn. A cast iron pan gets salt and a stiff rag and nothing else, ever. And that is the whole secret to a pan that outlives you. Mine came from Ruth's mother, and it will go to my granddaughter, and it has never once had soap in it. Salt on a fresh spill on cloth pulls it up before it sets. Salt on a cutting board takes the smell of onion out of the wood. Salt in the bottom of the oven where something boiled over means it lifts instead of bakes on. Number 2, newspaper and old cotton. I am going to sound like a stubborn old man now. There is nothing sold today that cleans a window like a sheet of newspaper. It has no lint in it, and lint is the enemy on glass. And every worn-out undershirt, every towel gone thin, everything cotton that has finished its first life in this house gets cut into squares and lives in a bag by the back door. I have not bought a paper towel in my life. Not once. The rag comes off the pile, does its work, goes in the wash, and comes back. A roll of paper towels is a thing you buy so you can throw it away, and I have never understood the arithmetic of that. And number 1, hot water and your own 2 hands. This is the one I will fight anybody about. Most of what people buy a product for is dirt that a very hot rag and a little patience would have taken off in half the time. The reason we reach for the bottle is that we let the thing sit until it needed a bottle. Wipe the stove while it is still warm and it takes 9 seconds and plain water. Wipe it Thursday and you need a chemical and a scouring pad and a bad mood. The product is not solving a dirt problem. It is solving a delay problem and it charges you $7 to do it. So there they are. Vinegar, soda, a bar of soap, salt, rags, and hot water. Under $1 a piece, all 6, and I have run a whole house on them for 63 years. Now I want to say the part underneath, because it is not really about cleaning. When we quit those bottles in '62, we thought we were saving 40 cents a week. What we actually did was stop being the kind of people who solve a small problem by going to the store. And that turned out to be worth a great deal more than the 40 cents. Because once you learn that most small problems have a free answer sitting in your own kitchen, you stop being afraid of them. The leaking tap, the torn hem, the squeaking door. You go look at it yourself first. Ruth has been gone 11 years, and I still clean this house the way we decided to at that table. Not because I have to. I could afford the bottles now. I do it because a house you take care of with your own hands is a different house than one you pay somebody to keep. And I am too old to explain the difference in a way that would satisfy anybody who has not felt it. My granddaughter asked me last spring why the sink is so bright, and I gave her a box of soda and told her to try it on her own. She called me 2 weeks later and said it worked, and she felt like she had gotten away with something. That is exactly right. That is the feeling. You have gotten away with something. You have kept your money and done the job better. If any of this was worth your time tonight, leave me a comment and tell me which one your mother or your grandmother used, because I would bet the house that at least one of these 6 was in her kitchen and nobody ever wrote it down. And come sit with me again. I will keep the pot on the back of the stove.